Happy New Year, everyone! 2025年を最高の年にする準備はできていますか? If one of your resolutions is to master Japanese, you have come to the right place. Whether you're diving into Japanese for the first time or restarting your journey, this video is packed with tips, tools, and motivation to support your Japanese learning journey. Today, we are covering 3 parts. In the first part, I'll walk you through the essential steps to kickstart your Japanese learning journey. In the second part, you will discover practical tips to make your learning sections more effective and fun. And finally, I'll talk about common mistakes to avoid so you don't trip up along the way. So without further ado, let's get started. First, I would like to start with the learning process for beginners. If you already know these steps, you can skip to part 2. The learning process for the beginner consists of learning Hiragana and Katakana, which are 2 writing systems of Japanese. Memorizing these 2 writing systems is essential for reading and writing in Japanese. Aim to recall each character and contraction without looking them up. Your reading speed will naturally improve with practice. Start with these videos for practice, and once you're confident, test yourself by using websites like Lingua Ninja. Reading practice. A great way to memorize kana is by reading sentences written in kana. While not everything in Japanese is written this way, and you're likely to struggle to read most things without kanji knowledge, but sometimes in Japanese, kana is put over kanji to help you read, called furigana. To practice your kana skills, I recommend checking out Dadoku Graded Readers. You will find a link in my description box. Don't worry about understanding everything just yet. This is all about improving your ability to read kana. Learning basic vocabulary and grammar. Learning basic vocabulary and grammar together early on will help you form sentences faster. There are plenty of grammar resources out there, but since everyone learns differently, you might need to explore a few to find the best fit for you. For beginners, YouTube playlists can be incredibly helpful. I recommend Nihongo playlist and Japanese Amo with Misa. Each offers a unique approach, so pick the one that works for you. Once you're confident with hiragana, katakana, and forming basic sentences, it's time to dive into learning kanji. I suggest learning kanji a bit later as it can double as a review of the vocabulary you've already learned while introducing you to the kanji for those words. Still, it's up to you. If you're confident, you can handle kanji alongside vocabulary and grammar. Kanji, meaning Chinese characters, is one of the writing systems used in Japanese. And like kana, kanji are logographic, much more complex and incredibly diverse, with about 2,000 to 3,000 commonly used characters. Don't let this number scare you though. Kanji aren't meant to be memorized the same way kana are. Instead, focus on studying kanji by breaking them down into their components. It's a much more effective approach. Kanji radicals or bushu are the foundational components of kanji characters, much like an alphabet in English. Understanding radicals simplifies kanji by revealing their structure and meaning. For example, the radical for water appears in kanji like see, umi, and watch, arau, offering clues to their meanings. When it comes to learning kanji and vocabulary, apps can be a great help, and one of them is today's sponsor, MochiKanji Learn Japanese. MochiKanji is a powerful spaced repetition app designed to help you efficiently learn kanji and vocabulary. The app customizes its recommendations based on your level and goals, offering courses tailored to your interests or exam preparations. Its standout feature, Golden Time, optimizes your review schedule based on your learning history, helping you memorize over 1,000 kanji and vocabulary in just a month, with perfectly timed reminders to maximize retention. Your progress is tracked, as vocabulary is categorized into 5 levels of memorization, from level 1 newly learned to level 5 long-term memory, ensuring a deep understanding of each word. You can monitor your progress for each word in the digital notebook. With hundreds of lessons and over 8,000 words and kanji, MochiKanji covers GLPT levels N5 to N2, as well as specialized topics like IT, services, nursing, and even Minano Nihongo and Genki. Lessons are divided into manageable chunks, with each level offering 800 to 900 kanji and vocabulary, in lessons of about 10 words each. The app's flashcards include furigana, audio, images, and example sentences. The app also offers interesting quizzes for each new word to help you remember words more easily. On the Times app, it's time to review. MochiKanji offers various reviewing quizzes, including reading, writing, and listening, so you can review words thoroughly. In the Conversation tab, you can learn basic Japanese conversation and practice speaking. A new highlight is the upgraded conversation feature, offering two main parts: speaking, where you can chat with Mochi and receive detailed pronunciation corrections. Konnichiwa. And writing, where learners practice listening comprehension and writing Japanese sentences. This provides a more interactive and immersive learning experience. The J Dictionary tab allows you to find Japanese words and kanji using kana, romaji, or kanji. It allows you to search and save over 10,000 vocabulary words to review using the spaced repetition system. Mochi Garden adds an extra layer of motivation, allowing you to plant and care for virtual trees based on your learning goals. Whether you're a beginner or aiming for advanced levels, MochiKanji adapts to your pace and keeps you engaged. With this app, I'd assure you that you will get a joyful learning experience because the app is designed with bright colors to bring you a positive, energetic feeling. You can find MochiKanji on the App Store and Google Play Store by searching MochiKanji Learn Japanese. Now, let's move on to the second part. Immersion. Immersion or input refers to listening to or reading native content. Engaging with authentic Japanese content is how you make meaningful language learning progress in a fun manner. Devoting lots of hours to the consumption of native material is the most important part of the entire process. You see, being able to understand what I'm saying in this video is only possible because you have so much experience reading or listening to English in the past. Start immersion with easy content and with high repetition. This is how you will be spending most of your time. Choose content that interests you, whether it's anime, movies, manga, games, or YouTube videos. The key is to enjoy what you're immersed in. Listening immersion. Listening should be intuitive. Start with free-flow listening, where you let the listening flow without looking things up. Then progress to where you pause occasionally to look at words by using pop-up dictionaries such as Jisho. Animelon is a great website for learning Japanese through Anime, which has both English and Japanese subtitles. You can just highlight the words and the website will instantly translate them for you. Reading immersion. For reading, first start with simple materials. Don't look up dictionary for every single word you don't know, as this will make you lose interest while reading. This doesn't mean never use one. Just wait until you have finished the story to look things up if needed. Skip over parts you don't understand. Pause occasionally to search, but don't get stuck on difficult words or phrases. And if it gets too hard, switch to another book. One thing is the content you're immersing in needs to be comprehensible. Decades of research have proven that we learn best when we are reading at a high level of comprehension of roughly 98%. This is about 1 to 2 unknown characters or words out of every 40 to 50. You can practice this with Dadoku graded readers. Your free personal tutor, ChatGPT. ChatGPT can be like your personal language tutor. You can use it to practice conversations, get grammar corrections, or learn kanji meanings with examples. You can even ask for vocabulary lists by theme or to create quizzes and test your knowledge. When I want to practice Japanese but don't feel like searching for specific resources, I usually ask ChatGPT to write a reading passage or a dialogue between 2 or more people in Japanese. Then I read it out loud and picked up new vocabulary. The best part is that you can practice talking or reading about any topic you are interested in at whatever level suits you. And if there's something you don't understand, you can always ask for a clearer explanation. For a detailed guide on how to use ChatGPT effectively for language learning, you can check out this video. Be self-sufficient. Only you are accountable for your progress, so own it and stop making excuses. Be proactive in seeking out resources to support your learning. Don't be afraid to try something new. Even if it doesn't work out, you'll gain valuable insight into what to avoid next time. And if it works, you've just added a new strategy to your toolkit. Enjoy the process. The language learning process takes thousands of hours. Show up every day and commit to your daily habits and routine. Find a balance between engaging with content and looking up words in the dictionary. And remember, it's okay not to understand everything. Progress is gradual and often unnoticeable. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. It's built little by little with every hour you invest in a language. So in this final part, I will talk about mistakes you should avoid. First, Don't search forever. One of my biggest mistakes was that I searched for the best method to learn Japanese, and in the end, I ended up using more time to search for the best method instead of learning things. Be committed, start one part, and work on it for a while. After you pick a resource, see it through to the end. Don't waste time switching back and forth between different language learning methods or materials. Skipping immersion. Many learners are led to failure for not including a crucial ingredient, immersion, into their study routines. So read, speak, engage, and live in Japanese. Studying flashcards till your head explodes. Flashcards are great for learning characters and words, but alone won't make you conversational or fluent. They help you focus on specific items, but without context, this knowledge often remains isolated and abstract. To truly understand how words and grammar work together, you need to combine flashcards with other resources that provide real-world context and usage. Staying on beginner resources for too long. It's easy to get stuck in a comfort zone with beginner materials, wanting to master every detail before moving on. This often stems from the fear of not understanding or feeling unready. However, true progress comes from stepping out of this comfort zone. You will never be ready until you start engaging with the real language and get yourself used to it by exposing yourself to lots of content. Forgetting output. Language consists of two sides of the same coin, input and output. At times, we may be so focused on studying or the input side that we neglect the output. If you are looking for the best way to self-study Japanese, you must find ways to generate output in the form of speaking and writing. And that's it for my ultimate guide to start learning Japanese. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. If you found these tips helpful,
チャンネル登録お願いね。
let me know in the comments what excites you most about learning Japanese, or if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. 頑張ってね。